Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year. And remember, the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within.
Here at the County Sports Soccer Complex as we get set for our third and final contest here on fields number 7 today. It's the Class 3A teams. It's the number 3 seed, the Waukee Warriors, taking on the number 6 seed, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Had a lot of great soccer to be played on this field already today. In game number 1 this morning, we saw the 6 seed Des Moines Christian defeating the number 3 seed Columbus Catholic. And then just moments ago, we saw Norwalk, the 3 seed, defeating number 6 seed North Scott to advance on to the Class 2A semifinals, where they will meet Dallas Center Grimes, taking you back through the bracket just a little bit here. Dallas Center Grimes defeated Lewis Central after being down quite a bit. That contest, Dallas Center Grimes comes back to defeat Lewis Central and move on to the semifinals as well. In the other Class 2A semifinals, it was number 5 seeded Spencer defeating number 4 seeded North Polk, and number 1 Waverly Shell Rock, a 1-0 victory over Cedar Rapids Xavier in the 1 versus 8 contest. Again, as we've seen throughout the day, our field number 7, the last field to get underway, the last field that will go today. Field number 9 is underway with the number 1 seed here in Class 3A, the West Des Moines Valley Tigers, taking on number 8 seeded Muscatine. And on field number 8, getting going second was number 4, West Des Moines Dalian Catholic, 15-3 on the season, taking on number 5, Ankeny Centennial. Just to the south of us here on field number 6, it was number 2, Pleasant Valley, 17-2 on the year, taking on number 7, Ankeny High, a 12-4 record. And then here on field number 7, it's number 3, Waukee, taking on number 6, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. All right, let's take you through these teams. How did these teams get here? The road to the tournament, as you'll be able to see, let's start first with Abraham Lincoln, the road team on the scoreboard. The Lynx come into this contest with an overall record of 16-3 on the season. They're head coached by Robbie Miller in his 7th season here at Abraham Lincoln. He has coached 3 state tournament appearances here at Abraham Lincoln. And for the Lynx, it's their 3rd consecutive time and 4th time in school history making it here to the state soccer tournament. They got here by defeating Council Bluffs Jefferson by a final score of 5-0, the win there. And on the flip side, it's the 3 seed, the Waukee Warriors, who got here by way of defeating Cedar Rapids Kennedy, a 6-0 win for Waukee. Waukee put up 16 goals in the regional tournament with a 10-0 win over Cedar Rapids Prairie and a 6-0 win over Cedar Rapids Kennedy. The third-ranked Warriors bring another title-contending team back to the state tournament. They were the runners-up in 2019 before no season a year ago. Head coach Tony Gabriel in his 13th year coaching in his career, 9th year at Waukee. He has brought 7 Waukee Warrior teams here to the state tournament. And I mentioned they are the runners-up, the reigning runners-up from 2019. Again, no season, but only one returning athlete returns from that team. All right, let's go down to the public address announcer as we get set for this Class 3A quarterfinal.
Between the Warriors from Waukee and the Lynx from Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln. Let's meet the non-starters for the Council Bluff Abraham Lincoln Lynx. Number 4, Ella Hansen. Wilson Smith. Number 10, Ava Watkins. Number 12, Tegan Tyndall. Number 13, Haley Santon. Number 14, Alicia Mascarenas. Number 15, Taylor Ferguson. Number 16, Sylvia Stott. Number 19, Taylor Hartenhoff. Number 22, Emily. And number 33, Shelby Lee. And now your starters. Number 1, Savannah Vanderwerf. Number 6, Isabella Kane. Number 8, Lexi Mayo. Number 9, Jasmine Martinez-Rangel. Number 11, Christina Kesey. Number 17, Hannah Schimmer. Number 18, Piper McGuire. Number 20, Liberty Bates. Number 23, Mackenzie Quammen. Number 27, Trista Baker. And number 37, Paige Brockman. Assistant coach, Chelsea Cheney. And the head coach for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, Robbie Miller. The starters, Warriors. The non-starters, number 0, Victoria Spahn. Number 1, Rita Danner. Number 4, Olivia Lovell. Number 6, Riley Penwell. Number 8, Josie Vanderkraal. Number 9, Samantha Elches. Number 10, Aleda Stedding. Number 11, Ava Spinner. Number 16, Lauren Gates. Number 21, Riley Tetmeyer. Number 24, Elle Samples. And number 25, Elena Ashmore. And now your starters for the Waukee Warriors. Number 2, Natalie Gallagher. Number 3, Sophia Muse. Number 5, Ellie Dunphy. Number 7, Annie McDevitt. Number 12, Macy Davis. Number 13, Haley Horman. Number 15, Chloe Olson. Number 17, Anna Capola. Number 19, Zoe Mahoney. Number 23, Val Duffy. And number 0, Taryn Reitzma. Waukee assistant coaches, Kathleen Sender, Jonathan Kerr, Maddie Smith, Jonathan Galley, and Maddie Bertman. Head coach, Tony Gabriel. Our officials for today's game. The referee, Matthew Walt. First referee, David Abkemeyer. Second referee, Oki Ibarra. And fourth official, Timothy Alexander. Good luck to both teams, and let's play some championship soccer.
All right, welcome inside the booth as we get set for this Class 3A quarterfinal between Abraham Lincoln and the Waukee Warriors. Fans, before we get going with today's game, we'd like to once again thank the Iowa Farm Bureau. They're the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. For their support, the Iowa Farm Bureau has offices located in each county across Iowa, and we'd like to thank those offices listed on your screen for the support of the two teams playing in today's game. Thank you, the Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting the IGHSAU and the Iowa Girl. As we get set here for state tournament soccer, these two teams are 3 wins away from a state championship. It all starts right here on field number 7 on this Tuesday afternoon. Been in the upper 80s, 90s much of the afternoon, and nothing much changed, though the wind's picked up just a bit here at game time. Abraham Lincoln is wearing those white jerseys, white shorts right in front of you, and Waukee in the black jerseys and black shorts off to your left-hand side. Abraham Lincoln, the 6 seed, Waukee, the 3 seed. And so Abraham Lincoln will kick off and have the ball. This is the Iowa Girls State Soccer Championships, powered by Mid-American Energy Company and presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We talked about that Waukee team that finished runners-up 2 years ago. The last time we had a state soccer championship, just one returning from that team. And we'll talk about her throughout tonight, so we'll call her name plenty of times. But Haley Horman going to play soccer at Drake next year and returns as one of the only returners from this Waukee Warriors team that finished as the runners-up in 2019. We talked about Abraham Lincoln, though, as well. They're making their 3rd consecutive appearance here at the state soccer tournament, so Waukee is going to have their hands full against Abraham Lincoln, the Lynx, here this afternoon at the County Sports Complex. Had a lot of great soccer played and a lot of good games underway right now. Our first game here in Class 3A on this field, just underway here between Waukee and Abraham Lincoln. Waukee trying to work to their offensive side. We'll have a look at that Waukee offense here for the first time. Abraham Lincoln, though, not letting it last very long, as Paige McGuire and Hannah Schimmer move the ball back down to shoot offensively here for Abraham Lincoln, and some aggressive play there between the two teams. Zoe Mahoney, sophomore, 8 goals this season. She's playing good defense there for the Waukee Warriors, though. Abraham Lincoln again sending it down towards the Waukee goal, and there's Waukee goaltender Taryn Ritzma, the senior. 46 saves, only 4 goals allowed for her so far this year. Seen a lot of Victoria Spahn as well. Ritzma and Spahn have shared the duties, though Ritzma the main goalie here for Waukee. Over 817 minutes in goal thus far this season for the senior. 46 saves, just 4 goals allowed this season. Number 3 seed here in the Class 3A tournament. And we'll see a kick coming. All these are brought to you by Kruger Seeds. Next time you're in the need of corn or soybean seed, check out your local Kruger Seeds dealer. Check them out at KrugerSeeds.com. Here's the kick from the corner. It's off the head. A great shot there by Dunphy, but an even better save by Vanderwerf. The goalkeeper for Abraham Lincoln. She's allowed 15 goals this season, but has played almost all the minutes, every minute except for 30. She's played in goals so far for Abraham Lincoln this season, allowing just 15 goals on 144 shots against her, and she's only given up 15 goals. Huge save percentage there, less than 1 on goals against average. And actually, you can take that up to 145 as she got that last one on that header from Dunphy. So 145 saves and just 15 goals allowed this season for Vanderwerf. Just a freshman. Man, oh man, is she going to be a goaltender that we're going to hear about and talk about in the state of Iowa here with girls soccer over the next 3 years. 5 minutes in so far. A couple of chances for each team, but the goaltenders so far lock things down. And we're going to go the way of the Waukee Warriors here. Waukee trying to take it away at midfield. Here come the Warriors. This is McDivitt. Over to Muse. Sophia Muse. Here for Waukee. Abraham Lincoln going back the other way. Becker across the half midfield line. A chance here for Abraham Lincoln, and it's going to go wide. A good opportunity there for Paige Bracker, the junior. Had a good run out, just not able to quite get it on goal as it went just wide of the net. And with that, Abraham Lincoln will have themselves a kick from the corner, brought to you by Kruger Seats. And Waukee will break it back out the other way. Abraham Lincoln says, not so fast, as the Lynx trying to keep it on their side offensively. Here comes Waukee back the other way. Gallagher in there for the Waukee Warriors. Now it's going the other way with Shimmer. Shimmer towards the front of the net. She'll fire, and it will be scooped up by Waukee as they'll keep it out of the net. As Ritzma makes another save for the Waukee Warriors, and she'll boot it down the field. We played roughly 7 so far here in our first half. This final Class 3A quarterfinal matchup. This will conclude our quarterfinals and day 1 here at the Iowa Girls State Soccer Championships. Here with Class 3A, all of our semifinals will take place starting tomorrow morning. Semifinal Wednesday. We'll have Thursday off. We'll be back for championship games on Friday. Across the midfield line. And Abraham Lincoln will throw it back in. We mentioned Waukee got here by way of defeating Prairie and Kennedy 10-0 and 6-0. It was a 4-1 win over Sioux City West and a 5-0 win over Council Bluffs Jefferson for Abraham Lincoln to get here to the state tournament. So a couple of wins there. Only Iowa losses so far this season for Abraham Lincoln have come to Valley and Ankeny Centennial, both by scores of 1-0. Here comes Waukee back the other way. It's Gallagher at the net. She scores. Gallagher winds up. The sophomore picks up her 15th goal of the season. As Gallagher winds up and sends one home. Natalie Gallagher, sophomore forward, with goal number 15 as she scores for Waukee. And just 10 minutes in to this first half, it's Waukee 1, Abraham Lincoln nothing. There's a substitution. All of our substitutions today are brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com, as Waukee will send a couple in and a couple out here on an IMT substitution. Once again, thank IMT for all their support. The Iowa Girls State Soccer Championships, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, here on the IGHSAU Digital Network, which is powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Natalie Gallagher fires home the first goal of the game, making it 1-0, and looks like we've got possibly a soccer ball issue, as the referee's talking about something as it has to do with the ball. And took one ball out of play, and they're going to fire in a new ball. So not sure what was wrong, but something wrong with that soccer ball that was going to be put in play. It set off to the side, wasn't given back to one of the ball boys to go back into play. It was taken completely out of play, so not sure what was the matter with that soccer ball. All right, we're back to soccer action with a 1-0 lead for the Waukee Warriors. And Waukee brings it back down the field once again. Here comes Elgetz. Sam Elgetz now back the other way, and a hard kick there in a battle along the sideline, and that ball was aggressively kicked into one of our fans here sitting along the sideline. Smoked something pretty good over there. That just shows the athleticism and the strength of these student athletes. That one was kicked pretty good. Waukee will lose this one out of bounds. On a play, here comes Abraham Lincoln back the other way. And we've got a push foul. And it will be Waukee. Taking a free kick. There's the whistle. And the boot. That's Horman. 13, Haley Horman, excuse me. We'll go play soccer over at Drake next season. The lone returner from the Waukee Warriors state runners-up team in 2019. Corner kick is going to be saved there by Vanderraff and taken back out. So good job there by Abraham Lincoln and by Vanderraff. And she's able to get control of the soccer ball and boot it away from harm's way to leave the game at a 1-0 Waukee lead. And again, Vanderraff doing a great job getting over there and taking control of that soccer ball. And now she'll boot it up and out of play. Or not out of play, but out of offensive harm and back towards the midfield. Waukee trying to bring it back in, though. Waukee trying to make a rush towards the goal. And we got a push foul on Waukee, and so Abraham Lincoln will take it back. (1-0) is the lead. Waukee was able to fire one home off the leg of Natalie Gallagher. It was her 15th of the season. And we'll see Abraham Lincoln firing it back in here towards their goal, trying to knot this game up. Waukee, though, and Horman will boot it out. And we'll go back the other way with the Waukee Warriors. Waukee elects to bring it up on the softer side this time, instead of going for a long boot down the field. Here's a shot for Lincoln, and that one will go just a bit high as Hannah Schimmer, the junior, was looking for her 14th of the season, but sent that one up and over the goal. Waukee, with their biggest win of the season, was an 18-0 victory over Fort Dodge. Also had a 12-0 victory over Des Moines East and a 10-0 victory over Mason City, Lincoln, and Marshalltown, along with that 10-0 victory over Prairie that we talked about. So some big numbers for Waukee goal-wise this season. Here comes Waukee down the field trying to add another goal. And a good grab and save there for Vanderrath, as she's able to pick it up before Elgis is able to get her foot on it and try to kick it at the goal. So good job there by Vanderrath and Abraham Lincoln, keeping this game at just a 1-0 deficit. And Horman is going to boot this one here from midfield for Waukee towards the goal. And the Warriors trying to get that one towards the front of the net. And we'll go out of play. And we'll see a throw in for Abraham Lincoln in the corner. Kind of a trouble quarter, though, trying to get it out back towards the midfield line. There's Waukee trying to move it back down offensively. Here's Waukee again. Horman offensively. Trying to work back down towards the goal. Abraham Lincoln trying to boot this one out. It's intercepted by Schimmer. Schimmer across the midfield line. Schimmer passed it over to Stanton. Stanton. And now Waukee will clear it out of trouble in their area now as well. Here comes Waukee. Back across the midfield line. The Warriors back on the rush. McDivitt will fire towards the net. And it's going to be cleaned up again by Vanderrath. And Vanderrath will once again boot this one back. So Abraham Lincoln has stopped a few of the good chances here for Waukee. Waukee has had a lot of good chances and only found the back of the net once. Abraham Lincoln defensively has played pretty good. And Waukee, Abraham Lincoln now takes over. Those white jerseys. Have they bring this one back across the midfield line. And it will stay with a throw in here for Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln's had a couple of good lucks. One sailed over the top of the net, had one stopped on a good save from Ritzma. Ritzma again will kick this one away from the goal. Sends it over to Macy Davis. And it'll be Abraham Lincoln with a throw in. No, it will be a free kick. Excuse me. It will come from Paige Bracker. Bracker booted it down there. Waukee trying to get it out. Bracker sends it back down the field. Bracker picks it up again here for Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln across the midfield line. Across the midfield line, Bracker sent it. Here comes Waukee back across the midfield line again, though. Waukee leads out in front. And Vander Raff in goal. Sends that one back towards midfield, but Waukee will be able to set up once again with McDivitt. Good nifty moves there for Waukee. And Riley Penwell, the junior, working in there. We're going to have a push foul. So a push foul whistled here against Penwell. And Abraham Lincoln takes over again with about a minute or so until we have our first break here halfway through period number one. Rather, half number one. Been a good game on the pitch so far between Abraham Lincoln and Waukee, with Waukee leading 1-0. Both teams have had their chances. Waukee, though, a couple more, but it's been some good defensive play by Abraham Lincoln to keep it at a 1-0 game. And Waukee will have another one of those opportunities here, but again, another nice defensive play by Abraham Lincoln and Shimmer. Sends it down the field. Liberty Bates battling there, and we'll have a push foul against Abraham Lincoln, and that will be our break here at the 20-minute mark. Well, after 20 minutes here in the first half, it's Waukee leading Abraham Lincoln 1-0. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Soccer Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the IGHSAU Digital Network. We'll be right back.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Nothing feels quite as free as being out here.
Except this free soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
At Casey's, you can win all kinds of free stuff.
I love free.
Then you'll love this. Bought this jerky, won this free donut.
I love donuts.
And these chips can win me the big one.
What?
A free concert from country music superstar Lee Brice.
I love free Lee Brice.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including a free Lee Brice concert for your town.
Free Lee.
No.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
Back to Des Moines. It's the Iowa Girls State Soccer Championships, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the IGHSAU Digital Network, which is powered by Mid-American Energy Company. It's the Class 3A 3-seed versus 6-seed quarterfinal. The 3-seed, the Waukee Warriors, with a 1-0 lead over the 6-seed Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, as we are 20 minutes through our first half here on the pitch. It's been an exciting one so far. Now Waukee is sprung. Here go the Warriors. Shot at net. It's good. Anna Copella for a Waukee will find the back of the net. Copella was sprung loose, and she made no mistake what to do with that soccer ball as she finds the back of the net for the 11th time this season. First goal here of the tournament, and it's been sophomores so far here for the Waukee Warriors. As Gallagher found the net the first time, and Copella the second time. Both sophomores for Waukee. One with her 15th goal, one with her 11th goal. And 2 goals for the Waukee Warriors. Now Abraham Lincoln looking to try to mix it up here offensively. And we'll see a kick here coming for Abraham Lincoln. That's Brecker, the junior. Will take the kick and send it towards the net. And a good retrieve there from Waukee's goalie, Ritzma. Ritzma will play at Minnesota next year. Multiple of these Waukee Warriors heading to the college softball ranks. And Ritzma heading to Minnesota to play with the Golden Gophers next season. Here's a chance. Out front, Mahoney had it there for a moment. Waukee will send it towards the front of the net once again. And good job there by Abraham Lincoln, trying to boot that one up and send it back towards midfield. A dangerous loose ball there for a moment, but it's cleaned up and smothered by Savannah Vanderath, who will punt this one back towards the midfield line for the Waukee, or rather for Abraham Lincoln. Good tackle and move there for Piper McGuire. For Abraham Lincoln, did a nice job trying to maneuver that soccer ball out of harm's way. Yeah, Waukee, we talked about Ritzma. She'll go to Minnesota next year. We talked about Horman, who was off to Drake. But Ellie Dunphy, we talked about, or rather Elle Dunphy, talked about her earlier. She's heading to Wisconsin-Platteville. Brooklyn Woods will play at Iowa next year. And Olivia Lovell is heading to Indiana State. So some big name colleges, some Division I schools picking up some of our top Iowa athletes here in the state. Got some substitutions. All of our substitutions today are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Appreciate all of our sponsors. the IGHSAU State Girls Soccer Championships, which is presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. A collision. And possibly an injury. We'll stop the clock for injury, as that might be Riley Penwell. Can't quite see. The athletic trainer will come out and check. I believe it's Riley Penwell. Yeah, it is. Trainer's still over there talking to her. You know, that actually might be Dunphy. We were just talking about her. They stopped the clock for her, so she will have to leave. Yeah, it was. It's Ellie Dunphy, the senior. Mentioned she's going to play at Wisconsin Platteville next year, and she will have to leave as the clock was stopped for her. So now it's Penwell returning to the field to take the spot of Dunphy, as she went down with an injury, though she was able to make it off on her own power, so we wish her the best. Hopefully she will be okay. Waukee trying to pressure the ball back across the midfield line. Here's Abraham Lincoln, though, with a chance. Shut down, though, by Waukee's Macy Davis. Been talking about a lot of these sophomores for Waukee. That's a good sign for the Warriors in years to come. They were mentioned the runners-up in 2019. Have another good team this year, and then, we've talked about a lot of sophomores so far this year, which means years to come for Waukee. Should be some pretty good soccer for the Warriors in years to come. That's Bracker. Paige Bracker sends it down here for Abraham Lincoln. And Lincoln, and he'll have a push foul against Abraham Lincoln, so we'll go back in the favor here of Waukee. They made it through battle here for it at midfield. Looking for control. Here's Waukee. Now Abraham Lincoln. Battle for it here at midfield. While the girls are battling for the ball at midfield. Hey fans, I want to let you know about Central College. Has tuition prices less than $20,000. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever. And the scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. That's central.edu. Tuition prices of less than $20,000 to get a great education at Central College. Back to soccer action here at County Soccer Complex in Des Moines. State's capital. It's a warm one out here at the state capitol today. As we've got a competitive soccer match between Waukee and Abraham Lincoln, but Waukee has opened a 2-0 lead. And we'll have substitutions here. More substitutions brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Waukee will toss it in now. Back into the game is Dunphy. After she went down with an injury earlier in this game, she's back in. She just tossed it in a moment ago. Looks to be back into commission. Gallagher, who's already scored. Gallagher trying to make a move through a couple defenders. Nifty play there by Gallagher. She's already scored once. Can she score again? But it's deflected and pushed out here by Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, come on. I get you.
Again, here comes Waukee. And there's a battle for it in the corner in favor of Abraham Lincoln. We got it back out towards midfield, but Waukee brings it back in towards the goal. And again, Abraham Lincoln will put it back out and away. Abraham Lincoln trying to keep it at a 2-0 deficit and try to find some offense. Waukee trying to add on to their totals. This Waukee offense very potent on the season. 15 goals out of Gallagher, 10 goals out of Level. And here comes Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln with an offensive opportunity. And a great defensive play there by Macy Davis, the sophomore, with an awesome defensive play. And was able to stop Abraham Lincoln from an opportunity. And so we'll have some substitutions here. Under 12 minutes to play. Our substitutions today are brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. As both Waukee and Abraham Lincoln will make some of those substitutions. And defensive soccer there for Abraham Lincoln, as well as Isabella Kane makes a great defensive play. Here comes Abraham Lincoln. The Lynx will toss it back in once again. Taken away, though, by Waukee. The Warriors at midfield. Abraham Lincoln trying to make something work offensively. Only a couple of shots so far for Abraham Lincoln in this game. Haven't been able to get anything to go in, and they're going to be a push foul against Waukee. So we'll see. A kick here from Abraham Lincoln. And that one will tip towards the net, and it's scooped up by Waukee's Ritzma. And Ritzma will kick this one up and back towards midfield. Gallagher there for Waukee. Breaker there for Abraham Lincoln. And now Abraham Lincoln with an opportunity. Shimmer sends it back up to the middle. And Ritzman will come up and scoop that one up for Waukee. And Ritzman will be able to punt this one back towards midfield. Gallagher there, battling for it with Kane. Back towards midfield for Waukee. Ashmore there. Breaker playing defense. And a yellow card is going to be issued here for Waukee. So Waukee will pick up a yellow card on Vanderkroll. So Josie Vanderkroll will pick up a yellow card. As a little extra contact with Breaker. First yellow card that's been issued, and she'll head to the sidelines here for Waukee. That'll be an IMT substitution. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. And another battle for it. Along the sidelines, referee that time didn't hand out a yellow card, kind of just warned the Waukee Warriors. That time just said, hey, slow down a little bit. As I think was his exact words to the Waukee defender there. L-Jets. Waukee again making an impact here at the front of the net. L-Jets. And Abraham Lincoln will punt it back out towards midfield. And a strike that went off, I believe, the facial area of Allison Smith. The freshman took that one pretty hard. And so they stopped play, trying to get her up, so she'll have to go to the sidelines now for Abraham Lincoln as Smith took the ball pretty hard off of her body. Stopped the clock for that. 2-0 is the score in favor of Waukee. So she'll be an IMT substitution, be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. She'll head off to the sidelines for Abraham Lincoln. We'll see a kick coming for Waukee. It'll be Horman. Oh, excuse me. That was Mahoney. Mahoney for Waukee towards the front of the net. Off the scoreboard. And it will stay with Waukee, and it's going to be, I believe, a Waukee corner kick here, as that one was deflected off of the scoreboard. All of our corner kicks are brought to you by Kruger Seeds. Next time you're in the need of corn or soybean seed, make sure you give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. As we'll see the corner kick coming for the Waukee Warriors from the right side, left side of your screen. There's the ball towards the front of the net, and it's in. I believe it was off the head of Ellie Dumpy. It was either off of Dumpy or it was off of L-Jets, but I believe it went off of Dumpy, and we're going to give it to Dumpy. Her third goal of the season and her first of the tournament. Waukee has scored 3 times so far in this first half, and all 3 goals have come from different goal scorers. That's the first time somebody other than a sophomore has scored for Waukee. We've seen sophomore Gallagher and Copella both score. Now senior Dunphy finds it, the Wisconsin Platteville recruit. Puts it in the back of the net with 6:57 left here in the first half. And now a 3-0 lead for the Waukee Warriors. It's been all Waukee so far here in this first half. Abraham Lincoln has had some looks, just have not been able to finish the job. Lincoln trying to get it towards the front of the net, though Waukee has definitely had much more of an offense of presence. We mentioned Lincoln has had a couple of good looks, but it's been trouble trying to get it across the midfield against this stingy Waukee Warrior front line. Waukee at midfield, it's Gallagher, who's already scored so far in this game. Bowie Olson now in midfield. Olson sends it in, trying to get it off to Dunphy. who just scored. Back down the other way here for Lincoln. Council Bluffs Lincoln. Trying to get some presence in the front of the net. As they trail 3-0 and are going to need some goals. They don't want to save them all for the second half. Maybe want to try to put one in here in the next 5 minutes and 30 seconds or so. Try to make it less to be done in the second half. Front of the net for Lincoln. Put it back towards the midfield line. And it will go off of Lincoln. Will have a throw in coming for Waukee. Gallagher battling over there for the Waukee Warriors. And we'll see it tossed in by Dunphy. Working down the other way, here is Waukee. And that one's lost out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln will throw it in with less than 4 to play here in the first half. And trailing 3-0 to Waukee. There's a battle for it. On the right side of the midfield. Waukee sends it back across the midfield. And we'll try to reset here with 3:30 to play in the first half. Waukee again moving it up the field. Warriors looking to try to add another tally in before the second half. Any additional scoring they can add on helps the defense in the second half. Now a substitution here for Waukee. Our substitution is brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Both teams will make substitution. Waukee makes the first substitution, and then Lincoln will make a counter substitution, but that substitute will have to wait until the next stoppage. This will be thrown in. And we'll go out. And it will be in favor of Abraham Lincoln. As again, the official telling the Waukee Warriors to maybe go a little bit slower, a little bit easier on those tackles. Here's a chance now for Waukee. Waukee will get another opportunity with it as they'll throw it in. Near their net. L-Jets gives it back to Muse. And we'll see a corner kick coming here for Waukee. So the Waukee Warriors will go with another corner kick. Our corner kicks are brought to you by Kruger Seeds. Next time you're in the need of corn or soybean seed, make sure you give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds. Check them out at KrugerSeeds.com. Corner kick for Waukee to the front of the net. Deflected away. Abraham Lincoln defended that nicely as they send it back to midfield. Less than a minute now to play here in the first half. And some excitement over there on our other field. I'm guessing that's second half soccer. Yeah, looks like halfway through their second half across the way. 2-1 is the lead now for whoever's the lower seed. Anking. Or maybe the Hawks just tied it up, possibly. Oh no, that would be field 8. Centennial and Dowling. I believe Centennial just took a 2-1 lead over Dowling. Across the way, halfway through their second period. Second half. We're about to conclude half number 1 here in the 3-6 game. And that will do it. 3-6 game is at halftime. After one half played, it's the Waukee Warriors leading Abraham Lincoln 3-0. You're watching the IGHSAU State Soccer Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and powered by Mid-American Energy Company. We'll be right back.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team, and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community. Like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
You are my favorite place to go. You're at the end of my favorite.
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we work hard to give you the freshest produce, the highest quality meat, and the most affordable prices.
I got it.
Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
Back to County Sports Park here in Des Moines as it's the Class 3A quarterfinals between the number 3 seed, the Waukee Warriors, and the number 6 seed, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. It's been all Waukee so far with a 3-0 lead. They got goals from sophomores Natalie Gallagher, who led things off, and Anna Copella, who started and got hot as well. She scored a goal, and followed up by senior Ellie Dumfrey, who also found the back of the net for the 3 goals for Waukee. Abraham Lincoln, a couple of chances out front. One went high and one to the wide, and a couple of them stopped there by the Waukee Warriors out front. So Abraham Lincoln, some work to do in the second half. We'll see if they're able to do so. But first, a word from Farm Bureau President Craig Hill. A little message for everybody watching today. We appreciate the Iowa Farm Bureau. They're the sole title sponsor of the IGHSAU State Girls Soccer Tournament. Our broadcast is powered, though, by Mid-American Energy Company. We'll take a break. We'll get an interview from Craig Hill. Back for more soccer in a bit.
Welcome to halftime of the Girls State Soccer Tournament. I'm Lisa Brinkmeyer with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, and we hope you've enjoyed the first half of action-packed soccer. 2021 marks the 23rd year of Girls State Soccer in Iowa. And even though we missed last year due to the pandemic, we are so thankful to be back on the field, and we're grateful for the support we've had to get us there. None other is more important than Iowa Farm Bureau, our proud title sponsor. With me is Craig Hill, president of Iowa Farm Bureau. Thanks for joining me, Craig.
Well, thank you, Lisa. And well, Lisa, you know, the Iowa Farm Bureau is the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, and we're just thrilled to be part of this great state soccer tournament. It's an opportunity for us to partner with you. We've been a partner for many, many years, but it's also a time to recognize these young ladies. You know, they've persevered through a difficult year. It's been a challenging year with the pandemic, with COVID, and, you know, showing grit, perseverance, and that farm strong spirit, you know, they've prevailed and they've made it to this tournament, and we're so proud of them.
We'd like to share a little bit with our viewers about Iowa Farm Bureau. Can you tell us why it's important to you to partner with the Girls Athletic Union?
Oh, well, the Iowa Farm Bureau is a farm organization, and we know our farmers protect natural resources and they grow great crops in Iowa, but our best crop, our best resource in Iowa is our kids, it's our children. And so we want to support Iowa's youth in every possible way. We do that through scholarship, about $250,000 of scholarships each and every year. We do that with a partnership with you on concussion insurance. And so the unlikely event there was a concussion, we want to provide insurance protection for the family so they bear no cost, either the family or the school. We also provide about $450,000 over the last 8 years in classroom supplies for teachers and teacher supplement grants, including Character Counts, a program that's very popular, as well as 4-H and FFA. We want to support Iowa's youth in every possible way.
Student athletes at this year's state tournament are going home with some pretty neat souvenirs. Can you tell us a little bit about those, Craig?
Well, the Signature Ball program is very popular. It's a keepsake that each student athlete can take home, a signature ball. It's a soccer ball that their teachers, their coaches, their parents can all sign, and it's a reminder of what they can do if they set their mind to it and work hard. We also have the souvenir bag tags this year, which as they travel going forward, whether it's domestic or international, they'll have a reminder as well on their bag as they travel around the world.
That's right. They'll take their bag tag with them as they spread their wings.
As they spread their wings.
Share all they've learned on and off the field.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Craig Hill. We appreciate the sponsorship, the partnership we have with Iowa Farm Bureau, and for what you've done for the Girls Athletic Union and the Iowa Girl. Our partnership means the world to us.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
Welcome to halftime of the Girls State.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops, and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year. And remember, the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength.
It's the Girls State Soccer Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy Company here at the County Soccer Complex here on the south side of Des Moines. And right now, it's all Waukee as they lead Abraham Lincoln at 3-0 here in the first half. For Waukee, trying to make a return trip to the state championship. They were at the state championship in 2019. Falling in that contest, where the runners-up 2019, no season in 2020, which eliminated most of the other competitors from that team in 2019. The only one left is out here on the field today. That's Haley Horman for the Waukee Warriors. Horman will play soccer at Drake next season, one of many Waukee athletes that will play at the next level. Talked about him here throughout this broadcast this afternoon. Final game that will be played here at the County Soccer Complex today is this one, our Class 3A 3-6 quarterfinals. Waukee at the net. Waukee making another run at it, and a good pickup there for Savannah Vanderwerf, the freshman. We talked about it. Don't count this Abraham Lincoln team out. They can score, and they've got one of the top goaltenders as only a freshman. We'll hear plenty about Savannah Vanderwerf in years to come. Could be one of the top goaltenders not only this year, but in years to come. As just we mentioned, just a freshman makes another save there. Allowed just 15 goals throughout the season, though 3 of them given up here today. The matchup over on field number 9, the 1 seed and the 8 seed has concluded. Muscatine losing to Valley. So Valley is off to the semifinals with a victory over Muscatine over on field at number 9, the first field that is completed. I mentioned our field, the last one to get going. So our field, the last one to complete. 4-5 matchup will be the next one that'll be done, and then the 2-7 game will be done, followed by our game here, the 3-6 matchup. We just got underway in our second half. All the rest of the games are underway in the second half. Good crowd on hand just to our south, as that's Pleasant Valley and Ankeny. Good crowd from Ankeny. You can see the yellow over there, and then Pleasant Valley on the other side, also a pretty good crowd. This morning, Gilbert and Trainer both wore red, and so the entire bleachers over there on the Grandview field was just complete red. You can see the difference between the blue and gray of Pleasant Valley and Ankeny. Here we've got black and purple and blue and red. Abraham Lincoln. Oof. What a nifty move there. That one looked like it hurt from up here for Lexi Mayo, a freshman. Flexible and was able to make that play. Moving the ball around. Waukee trying to take it towards the net. Towards the front of the net. Waukee leads 3-0, trying to add on. Here's a shot towards the front of the net, and Abraham Lincoln will defend it. Here's Waukee once again. Waukee trying to find the open lady. Trying to add on an additional goal. Right now a 3-0 lead for the Waukee Warriors. Have had some offensive opportunities here in the first 5 minutes of the second half and have nearly added a fourth goal, but a couple of good stops by Abraham Lincoln. Ritzma has been nearly perfect in goal so far this season for Waukee, and she's doing so again here this afternoon in goal, but Abraham Lincoln with a opportunity, a chance, but Ritzma makes a sliding save. Another great play by the senior goalkeeper, Erin Ritzma. Only 4 goals allowed so far this season, and makes another great stop there. Those 4 goals have a loss to Pleasant Valley, a loss to Valley, Norman Community are the 3 losses on the season for the Waukee Warriors. So those 4 goals that Ritzma allowed came within those games. Abraham Lincoln has got to try to find one. They want to try to find one here earlier in the second half and not have as much to work to do after the first break and later in the second half if they're going to try to mount a comeback here against the Waukee Warriors. Waukee trying to add on though. Mahoney dribbling it there for Waukee. Lincoln, though, will have a throw-in. Lincoln. And it's booted out of play. And it'll be a throw-in here for Abraham Lincoln and a chance at the front of the goal. A couple of nice, nifty moves. Lincoln trying to find one towards the front of the net. Waukee trying to boot it out. Ball towards the net, and it will go up and out of play. Abraham Lincoln, a couple of opportunities there. Just not able to find the back of the net. And Ritzma will be able to boot this one away here for the Waukee Warriors in goal. And Ritzma gets a good boot on it. Back towards the midfield. Here comes Waukee. Abraham Lincoln, though, shuts down the run. At midfield now coming back with an opportunity themselves. Here's Abraham Lincoln. Chance out front. Lincoln, shot at the goal. And that will go just a bit wide. So Abraham Lincoln, probably the most pressure they've put on the goal here of Ritzma and Waukee in this game have come in the last 3 minutes here in the first 8 minutes of the second half. But still trail 3-0, and Ritzma will boot this one out of goal. Lincoln trying to put it back down towards the goal again, trying to keep the offensive pressure up. Some nifty moves there. For Abraham Lincoln, Jasmine Martinez-Rangel with some nifty moves with the soccer ball there. Here comes Waukee again, and Abraham Lincoln will boot it out and back towards field number 8 across the way. I believe it's still Ankeny Centennial leading, working towards the front of the net. Back towards the midfield. Here comes Abraham Lincoln. Waukee fans wanted a whistle. They did not get it. Here comes Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln working across the field. Lincoln might have an opportunity to score here. Lincoln towards the front of the net. And Waukee defends it nicely as they bat it away, and Lincoln will have to settle for a different chance.
Good.
Here comes Lincoln again. 16 minutes now to play. Lincoln is pickpocketed by Waukee, going the other way. Mahoney takes it away. Mahoney gets it up to Vanderkroll, who has the yellow card in this game. Vanderkroll to the front of the net. Nobody home, though, to try to send that one to the back of the net, though Waukee will step up again. Here's a shot from the point. And a save there by Andy McDivitt. Andy McDivitt shooting for Waukee. A save for Vanderath of Abraham Lincoln. 16 minutes left now in this contest. Abraham Lincoln has got to have some goals. They're trailing. There's a shot of the net. And just high over the top of the crossbar as the strike there. By Hannah Schimmer. A strike, but was unable to find the back of the net as Ritzma had her glove there, the crossbar, so it might have been close if it would have been low enough, but it was over the top of the crossbar. And now we're back in play after some substitutions. Our substitutions are brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Across the midfield line.
There you go, Paige.
Comes Abraham Lincoln. Trying to send this one back down towards the Waukee goal. Might have an opportunity here for Abraham Lincoln, but again, it is shelled off to the side by Waukee. Another good defense there by the Waukee Warriors. To the front of the net, Ritzma makes the save. Picks it up, and she will punt it out of there. Less than 15 to play now in the second half. The Iowa Girls State Soccer Championships are presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor. Heard from Craig Hill at halftime. Appreciate what he had to say. And Lincoln again. Trying to move it back down the field, trailing 3-0 with less than 14 now to play. Abraham Lincoln has got to have 3 goals to continue this game. Need some goals here in a hurry. In the second half, Waukee trying to head back to the semifinals once again. 3rd consecutive trip for Abraham Lincoln. It can be back-to-back trips to the state semifinals for Waukee if they find a victory here today. And then are 1 win away from a return trip to the state championship game. And Waukee is going to get, I'm almost for sure I didn't quite hear the announcement over there, but the way that the fans in yellow across the way were cheering, I believe that Ankeny upset Pleasant Valley. So the winner of this contest will get the 7-seeded Hawkettes in the semifinals, with the winner advancing to play in the championship against either West Des Moines Valley or Ankeny Centennial, who defeated Dowling. So it takes Ankeny Centennial takes the Dowling versus Valley semifinal matchup away as the Jaguars advance on. Meaning 1 higher seeded, 2 lower seeds have moved on so far. And we'll see who joins them. It's either going to be the 3-seed Waukee Warriors or the 6-seeded Abraham Lincoln Lynx. But the Lynx have a lot of work to do in the next 12 minutes to try to erase a 3-0 deficit All 3 goals for Waukee came in the first half. Been some competitive back and forth soccer on the pitch so far here in the second half, but no score for either club. Waukee trying to work it back. Waukee is not in a lot of hurry here to go at the net like Abraham Lincoln is. Lincoln working towards the front of the net. Lincoln might have a chance here. Lincoln out front. And a couple of big saves there for Waukee as Lincoln nearly had an opportunity. And we're going to have a push foul against Lincoln and go the other way. So Lincoln will be given a push foul. And we'll see a kick coming here for Waukee with 11 minutes to play in this Class 3A quarterfinal matchup. Coming across the line, the midfield line. Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln trying to send this one back across the line. Good stop there by Lincoln. Lincoln might have a run out here.
Here we go.
Have a chance to move the ball offensively and look for the goal. Had numbers there for a moment, but Waukee shuts it down. And the Warriors will go back towards their offensive side as we've reached the 10-minute mark here in the second half with Waukee, the 3 seed, leading the 6-seeded Abraham Lincoln. Waukee across the midfield line. Working back towards the goal once again. Good defense there by Lincoln. And Lincoln able to fight it off and not allow Waukee to get another shot at the goal. As the final minutes start to wind down here on this Class 3A quarterfinal, brought to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau. The state soccer tournament is. You're watching on the IGHSAU digital network. And it's going to go the push foul against Abraham Lincoln. Will go the way of Waukee. So Waukee will have a kick from midfield here. With less than 9 to play. This one towards the front of the net. Waukee might have a chance. But it was played there defensively by Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln trying to bring it back across the midfield line. Here's Lincoln. No goals yet. They've had a couple of opportunities. Will they find another one? No. Waukee will defend it nicely. Now Waukee will have a chance to run the other way with the ball, and maybe they'll have a chance to score. It's poked away and out of play. It'll be a throw-in here for the Waukee Warriors. Just a couple of minutes away from returning to the Class 3A semifinals. Waukee's going to need, or rather Abraham Lincoln's going to need some goals in a hurry. Steadying in there for Abraham Lincoln. Haven't seen her quite a bit here in the second half. But we'll have a substitution, I believe, here for Abraham Lincoln, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. As we'll have a substitution first for Waukee. So Waukee will make a change, and now Abraham Lincoln will also do the same. and make a change.
Keep fighting, White.
7 minutes to play here in this quarterfinal. Coming back the other way is Waukee. Waukee trying to set up offensively to try to add another run on. Waukee at the front. It's scooped up by goalkeeper Savannah Vanderhoff, and she sends it back down to midfield. 6 minutes here in the second half. As Abraham Lincoln is going to need about a goal every 2 minutes right now. Try to tie this one up. They might have a chance, though, but they're in offsides. So offsides is going to be whistled against Abraham Lincoln. Coming out and making a great save also was Taryn Ritzma for Waukee. He made a great stop. Nonetheless, whether it was offsides or not, a great chance and a great stop out front there by Ritzma. And we'll see a big boot here coming for Waukee, and then we'll send it back
there we go, White.
Across the midfield line. Collision there
Nice.
between a couple of Abraham Lincoln players. As that was Baker colliding with Caveman. And another chance for Abraham Lincoln, no good. So we'll see this one booted away here for Ritzma and Waukee. Put it back towards midfield. Picked up there.
2.
Well, back at the Cyclones here in the south side of Des Moines. The County Soccer Park. They host the Iowa Girls State Soccer